What's up, guys? Welcome to this episode of Dawg Talk. It's me, the host, Ethan Johnson. Today, Emil is gone, aka Poodawg. He said he was going on sick leave, so he put me in charge of the podcast. I think he has a cold of the common variety. I don't really know, but I was playing some of the new Fortnite season yesterday. It was interesting. They have Dr. Doom, and he's taking over the island, and he says, "You have to kill for Dr. Doom."
I am Dr. Doom. Hello.
Wait, Dr. Doom's on this podcast?
It's me, the guest of the podcast, Dr. Doom.
Oh, that's interesting.
What's up? I'm Dr. Doom. Let's get
Dr.
swiggly
Doom,
wiggly.
why did you kill all of the people?
Because they had to kill themselves for Doom.
For absolute doom?
For Doom. I am Dr. Doom.
Are you the Robert Downey Jr. Doom or like the one from the early 2000s?
Jarvis, I hate you 3000.
That clears it up for me.
Doom.
What's up, bro? Stop this act. Stop this act.
You're the one that said that I wasn't gonna appear. I 100% thought you were gonna like transition into, a little clever transition, because today we're talking about the new Beetlejuice movie. I thought you could be like, oh, Poodawg's not here. How about I say his name like 3 times or something? No,
I don't know. I don't play Beetlejuice. I don't know what that is.
Bro doesn't play Beetlejuice?
I only play Fortnite.
Do you think Beetlejuice would go to a Diddy party?
No, I think he went to the Diddy party. I think that's why Diddy got arrested.
That's what Beetlejuice came back, and then they were like, oh, well, that's all the evidence we need. Speaking of Diddy party, I had to explain this to you. Did you know why the guy in the Beetlejuice movie wasn't there, right? Like, they
No,
like...
I don't know. I just know he was eaten by a shark and was claymation like Coraline.
Yeah, so he wasn't there because people watching this... I'm sorry, this has been a crazy 3 minutes intro into the podcast.
Best intro to Dawg Talk known to man, bro.
But, yeah, so for those who don't know, Charles Deetz did nothing wrong, but his actor... I'm forgetting his name because, honestly, we probably shouldn't talk about him anyway. But he, similar to P. Diddy, likes children. So that was why he was not in the movie and why they treated him so harshly in the movie.
I don't think they treated him very harshly.
I mean, well,
they
did have little kids sing at his funeral.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have done a bit... They could have done it a bit different. I don't know.
Yeah, they could have done it a bit different.
They could have just not had him at all. I don't know.
I feel like...
I didn't watch the first movie, so I don't know what he did in that movie.
He was pretty important. He was pretty important. I mean, the whole cast was like... The main characters were like... the...
Jenna Ortega?
No, not Jenna Ortega. She was not alive when the original one came out.
That's what you think.
It was Winona Ryder... the Delia Deetz, I don't remember her real life name, but I remember the character. Charles Deetz, and then Beetlejuice, and then the 2 ghosts in the attic, and that was like the main characters. Oh, then they had the Delia Deetz, little like, I think it's like her like chauffeur or something. I don't remember. He's like he helps her like redesign the house or whatever. I don't know.
I never saw it. I don't plan on watching it. The second one was good, and that's all I need to know. I've already seen it, so... And I don't want to watch the first one, because it's going to be similar to Insidious. If it's bad, I'm going to hate the second one. And I like the second one, and I'd like to just keep that in my mind.
Why do you think it's going to be similar to Insidious in the way that you don't like the first one? The first one's good, dude.
Well, it's from like 1988, dude. I only watch new movies.
Okay, but they made it with the same technology that they did in 1988. Because they did a claymation sandworm.
Look, I don't like old people, okay?
You don't like old people? Then why do you like Beetlejuice? He's old.
No, he looked like he couldn't be a day over 1,000.
Anyways, we should do some sort of like... I don't know, I feel weird because I didn't do the intro. You just kind of took it away.
It's my show.
It's your show. So, Ethan, introduce to the viewers at home what we're doing.
Today we're talking about the Beetlejuice movie, the new one that came out like a month ago, a few weeks ago. I don't know. It came out.
A month ago. It was like 2 weeks ago, maybe.
It came out, and I just saw it like the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and Poodawg saw it like a bit ago, I guess.
Yeah, I saw it like 2 or 3 days after it came out.
So we were like, oh, we should talk about it because it's topical. It's topical, and we can clickbait all of the viewers and the thumbnails. We said this.
We can be like, look at Beetlejuice. We got Beetlejuice in this one. I don't know. I managed to time the Minecraft one pretty well with the Minecraft mumbo jumbo they were talking about.
So I don't know. I was kind of like mad when I saw this movie because I saw it and I was like, well, why'd they post this in September, dude? They could have waited 1 month.
What do you mean September?
They could have waited
post?
1 month.
What do you mean post?
They posted it in September. October is Halloween. Well, it's a Halloween movie. It takes place on Halloween, dude.
Well, then if they release it in October, then you can't like. There's a chance people might end up watching it in November. Then it will be after Halloween. But
well, then we just take it out of theaters after October 31st.
Well, then that's less money they get. If they release it in September, then they get like into Halloween time, and then they get like Halloween time. And then
apparently that's not how theaters work. Apparently, because when I would go watch Beetlejuice, I said, oh, well, because I thought about going to see Alien Romulus, but the theater I went to, it had only been a full month. I think it had been exactly 1 month since Alien Romulus has released, and it was not at the theaters, but they had Alien Romulus merch. What is this, guys?
Did you go to like a AMC Cinemark or like a...
No, I went to like a local theater.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably why.
They did not, but they had Alien Romulus merch, but they did not have Alien Romulus. So that means in a month, when it's not even Halloween, they'll have to delete Beetlejuice.
Well, they might. I don't know. I mean, Haunted Mansion was like a Halloween movie. They released that one in like August.
Why do they do this, do you think?
I think they
Do you think it's so they can sell Halloween costumes?
Maybe. That could be a good point. Because I feel like people are talking about Beetlejuice a lot more now than they like ever did. Well, not ever, but like he's more topical now since they have a movie. Well, I don't know. If they released it close to Halloween, they'd be competing with friggin' Art the Clown that's making a Christmas movie that releases in October.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, they're finishing the He-Man story?
Yeah, dude. Terrifier 3 comes out.
Roman Reigns finished their story?
That's not it. But yeah, Terrifier 3 comes out, I think October 20th, maybe? Something like that. Something
That's an interesting date. I mean...
But it's a Christmas movie, too. Like, he takes... He kills...
Dude, speaking of Christmas movies, I love the movie, like, Claws or whatever, with Hopper.
Mm-hmm. With Hopper?
From Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
I don't know his real name.
When you said Hopper, I thought I thought you meant like the guy from Bug's Life.
No, Hopper, like the guy from Stranger Things. I just don't know the actor's name. He's also like the Russian Captain America in Marvel.
Yeah, I don't remember his name off the top of my head right now.
He's also in that Forza game movie or whatever it was.
It's
called.
not Claws. It's like
Violet Night.
Violet Night. That's it.
Dude,
I knew there was a pun.
That movie was awesome, dude.
That was like the first movie that just you, me, and Mason saw in theaters. Like usually we go in like a big group, but we all three wanted to see that movie.
That movie was so good.
Yeah. I don't know.
I hope Art the Clown can beat him.
Didn't that one release like really close to Christmas?
Yeah, it did. It was like a week or two before Christmas.
The Rock, the one with... Have you seen the one with the advertisements for the movie with The Rock? For the Christmas movie?
No? What?
Yeah, it's like The Rock is an elf. And he has to save Santa Claus because someone kidnapped him.
Is Santa Claus Kevin Hart?
No, it's J.K. Simmons.
I'm watching this.
And he teams up with a anthropomorphic polar bear that walks on its hind legs and basically Captain America because it's Chris Evans.
What is this? Harold and the Purple Crayon?
No, it's like called the Red One or something.
Oh, it's Rudolph.
I don't know, but it's... I don't know. No, it's Red One is supposed to be about Santa. I don't know. I keep seeing advertisements for this.
I've never seen an ad. You could have just made that up, and I would believe.
I didn't make it up. I didn't. I swear, that's a real movie coming out in November.
Let's talk about the real movie Beetlejuice that we're supposed to be discussing.
Yeah, you're right. Since you're the host, you got to keep us on track. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen the first one, but I don't think I needed to. I kind of got the entire plot of this movie. Jenna Ortega was playing herself in this movie. I've never seen her in anything that she doesn't play like that character.
I feel bad. Like, she always keeps getting typecasted as like the emo girl because she did Wednesday. Is she emo? I don't think so in real life.
I don't know. I don't feel bad for her. Don't feel. Why do you feel bad for her, dude? She's getting $1 million probably, like, per movie. I don't feel. She's like super famous now. Don't feel bad that she's getting jobs.
You're right. I don't feel bad for her, but like my thing is just like, what if she doesn't?
She doesn't want it. She can accept different roles.
She's getting typecasted though now.
Yeah, but like she is like at a level of fame. I feel like she could go up to like a movie that she wants to work on and be like, "Hey, I'm interested in your script," and they would put her on.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, I feel like she has like, it's kind of like how in this movie there was like Willem Defoe. Mm-hmm. He can just do whatever he wants.
He really can.
He's at the level of famous. He can do whatever he wants.
Can we talk about Willem Dafoe?
He was so good in this movie.
Dude, he was so funny for like no reason. He was not even a necessary character, but he was just like, he was cracking me up that whole movie.
I wonder, like, because I was talking about this with Tristan. How much longer do you think we're gonna have Willem Defoe being in, like, because this is the third movie this year that he's been in. How much longer do you think we're gonna have Willem Defoe being like this active?
Because he's old. He's in one Nosferatu that comes out at the end of the year.
But like, he's old, dude. He can't be doing this for too much longer.
It's probably why he's doing it right now, because he's just having fun. I mean, I don't think he's taking that many like serious roles. Sometimes he does, but like he went back to Spider-Man. I'm sure he had a blast with that.
Willem Dafoe is such a silly little guy.
He is.
He reminds me of what's the dude in Flapjack? Not the kid, the dude. Like that's who Willem Dafoe is, in my head.
I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't. Not to me. To me, he's just the Green Goblin. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first time I saw him as an actor.
I have the association of him as that guy from Flapjack because I have an association of that guy from Flapjack as Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse.
See, it's like a roundabout way. I still have not seen The Lighthouse.
Oh, me either.
Wait, then why are you? I don't get it.
It's just funny to think about The Lighthouse as like a sequel to The Misadventures of Flapjack. The Twilight Batman is Flapjack and Willem Dafoe is the dude. I'm not gonna watch the movie because then it's gonna ruin that image in my head.
Why do you think the way you do?
What do you mean?
What do you mean that the characters in The Lighthouse are similar to Flapjack? What do you want about?
You would get it. You would get it if you watched it, bro.
I've seen an episode of Flapjack. I don't know what old man you're talking about, but
the one who's like the main character who lives in the whale with Flapjack. I don't know his name.
Wait, the little pirate guy?
Yeah, the little pirate guy. I forgot his name.
He has like a red outfit or something?
I don't remember. He has like an eye patch.
Okay. I think I know who you're talking about. Hopefully, I'll put a picture on screen just in case people don't know who the hell we're talking about right now. But anyways, Willem Dafoe, I just looked it up while you were talking. He's 69 years old right now.
Put him in office.
Almost in his 70s.
Put him in office.
He could be in office. Did you say put him in office?
Let him run our country.
He maybe could do that if he's interested. I mean, he should run it the same way he does his character in Beetlejuice, because the character in Beetlejuice is just like an actor who thinks he's a cop,
He's
Maybe
the perfect age.
He can be a president who's actually an actor, you know? We've never had one of those before, huh?
So, in this movie, why did Jenna Ortega keep on, like, trying to get a boyfriend?
I talked about this after Rajan had watched the movie. I asked if he liked all the new characters, and he said that... See, I asked him if he liked the new characters before I saw the movie, and he said, well, there was just one boy I didn't like. And I think I know what boy he's talking about. The Jenna Ortega boyfriend dude is so annoying. Like, I get it, he's, like, evil, but, like, I don't know. I wish he was in the movie less, even though he was, like, in 2 scenes.
Like, I guess I get it. But then, like, at the end, they also had, like, the thing where, like, the fake out thing where she's, like, married or whatever with a guy, but it's, like, fake. What is this, like, why does Jenna Ortega need a boyfriend?
I think the reason they did that is because they tried to figure out a way to put Jenna Ortega in danger, so Lydia would, because that would be, like, the only way Lydia would sign herself to Beetlejuice for them to get married, you know?
I had assumed she was just gonna be like, why is Mother Dearest tweaking out? I don't know, I felt like the way they would have her get in danger was she was just gonna be like, why is Mother Dearest tweaking out? And she was gonna see that the door upstairs was, like, locked up, and she was gonna go up there and say Beetlejuice or do something and get sucked into the ghost world. I thought that was what was gonna happen.
I wish... See, yeah, because I thought a similar thing when I drove home from the movie. I thought of, what if... You know the scene where Jenna Ortega's talking to her mom up there, and then she tells her, do not say that name. I thought it would have been cool if Jenna Ortega did it like the dad does later in the movie, where he goes, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And they just get immediately sucked into the thing. I thought it would have been cooler if Jenna Ortega said Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice in spite of her mom. So then they both get stuck in there. Maybe that could have been a way to introduce her into the ghost world or something.
I might just be stupid, but I even thought, like, before they revealed that, like, the man was, like, a ghost, I thought she was gonna, like, they were gonna be, like, bored, and they were gonna be like, oh, my mom was freaking about a room, and they were gonna go back to the house and, like, break into the room. They could have done that. They were gonna go together. I had thought that was what was gonna happen, and I was like, oh, he's a ghost. Okay.
See, because if they really did wanna, I don't know, maybe they just wanted to
I felt like they built up, like, this whole thing where she's in the attic, and she gets told to, like, don't come up here, don't say Beetlejuice. I thought she was gonna go up there and say Beetlejuice. I just thought that's where it was. I thought this is where it was going. I don't know.
I wish it was something similar to that instead of doing... I liked that they had their own little twist in this movie. Just so it could be, like, its own thing besides it being just kind of a rehash of the original. Because, I mean, if it was like a... what was the... Force Awakens? If it was like Force Awakens where it was, like, just exactly the same plot as New Hope, and it was... It would have been boring because you know everything's going to happen. But I feel like this one changed it around so much that it was like, it made it better. Especially adding like that soul-sucking girl. I thought she was cool. I'm
not going to even attempt to remember it because I'm going to get
Delores.
it wrong. She was cool.
That was it, Delores.
I don't know. I felt like
do you know some of the lore with her? There. Do you know some of the lore with Delores?
Isn't that... I don't know. I don't know her lore.
It's Tim Burton's wife.
That's what I was going to say, but I didn't know if it was true or not.
I think that's true. From what I've heard, it's true. And he basically just did a whole scene just showing how hot his wife was. And I think that's really funny.
I don't know. How old is Tim Burton? How old is he?
I don't know. Let me go look up how old Tim Burton is. I mean, I feel like he's got to be around Willem Defoe's age, right? Because I don't know how old he's 66, so he's 3 years younger than Willem Defoe. Now, how old is Monica Bellucci? She's 59, so it's not that
That's
big
not
of a
bad.
She doesn't look 59. That's why
she doesn't.
That's I guess they put a lot of makeup on her. Yeah, but I don't know. That's not bad. It's just like what is that? 7 years?
Yeah, 7-year age gap,
That's
which isn't bad.
No, I 100% thought she was younger than that. But yeah, I think that's really funny though that he He did a whole scene just to show off how hot his wife was. And then every time she showed up, they did the same thing where she was like, I'm Delores and I'm hot.
Also, with this movie, what was up with, like, was the dad in the original movie?
Yeah, so we touched on it at the beginning. Maybe. I don't know. I might have cut out what we said at the beginning. And if you're wondering what we said, just don't worry about it. But the dad, the lore with him was he was a big part of the beginning one, and it was kind of the plot was that the two ghosts living in the attic that died were trying to kick out the new people who own the house.
Bro. Wait,
What?
I was talking about Jenna Ortega's dad.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jenna Ortega's dad? No, he's not in the original. I thought you meant the dad that was a pedophile and they had to replace him with CGI.
Nah, I get that. I felt like it was like an MCU reveal where it was like, oh, her dad is this character. I thought it was like that type of thing.
No.
He showed up for like 5 minutes.
He was... I think it was just so they could do the thing of like the begin. It was like a kind of an inverse of the original, but it was still like Lydia doing everything, because in the original Lydia is trying to show her parents that there's like ghosts in the house, and then the parents see the ghost and they start like trying to use the ghost to get more money. And then in the sequel, Lydia is trying to, instead of like the daughter doing it to the parents, Lydia the mom is trying to do it to her husband and daughter and be like, guys, you gotta believe me, the ghosts are real. But they don't believe her. They think she's stupid.
I don't know. Why is she so adverse to marrying this Beetlejuice fellow?
I don't know.
What does it mean if she marries him?
Then she just has to be married to Beetlejuice. I get in the first one why she didn't want to marry him, because
in this one,
she was 16 years old.
In this one, Beetlejuice like saved her from this like evil guy, and he saved her daughter.
Beetlejuice. I said this when I was watching the movie. Beetlejuice is kind of like he was kind of like an anti-hero in this one. He was a good guy.
And she still was like, you're terrible. I don't want to marry you. I don't know. I feel like what is he gonna do?
I feel like the craziest plot twist would have been her actually marrying Beetlejuice.
I don't know. I feel like it is kind of weird that he's obsessed with like her from when she was 16.
I mean, because now all she has is Jenna Ortega. She doesn't have a dad. She doesn't have a mom. She doesn't have a husband. She doesn't have a new husband, because all of them are like dead. What's the harm in marrying Beetlejuice?
I don't get it. Like, is he gonna take her to hell? Or is he going to come up from hell, or wherever they're at? I don't know where they are.
He's like a dream demon, so I don't know.
Is he going to, like, bring her with him, or is he going to go live with her?
Which, I don't know what the harm of that is, because they were all in the afterlife anyway, you know?
I mean, he's probably smelly. He's probably smelly.
He's probably a little smelly. I'm sure, and then it was revealed at the end that he's still, like, haunting her. Like, he still follows her around.
I don't know.
I liked the bits that Beetlejuice did a lot in this, though. So he's very goofy, like the original.
I don't get, how did Jenna Ortega not see any ghosts until she saw her man Boothang?
Because she was like in love with him. I don't know. I think
she might have
hit her head or something.
Oh, it activated her ghost ability?
Maybe it did. I don't know. Because remember, I was like, oh, what is she gonna... Because the scene where she's riding the bike, she's like so cool, and then she starts like almost getting hit by everything. I 100% thought she was gonna die, like right there, in like a comedic way. And then, but like
they can't kill Jenna Ortega, bro.
Yeah, they couldn't kill Jenna Ortega because if they need her for a trilogy,
she's the star of season 2 of You, bro.
Is she
co-star?
Dude,
yes.
Why do you just know so much about You? You always bring it up.
It's a good show.
You always tell me about You, and you're always like, dude, this episode of You, and I'm like, what do you mean? You brought it up on the podcast, I think, like 3 times already.
It's a good show. That's all I'm gonna say. It's good, bro. You should watch. You're so adverse to watching it, and I think This will
Well,
be
yeah,
your
because
downfall
you keep recommending it to me. I don't know if you do this, but when people tell me, "Oh, dude, you gotta watch this movie," I usually don't watch the movie.
I don't tell you to watch anything.
Well, I think it's a bad character trait that I have, that I don't want to watch whatever people recommend me. But, like, I don't know. It feels like homework now. You know?
My bad, bro.
If I discovered it, then I'd be like, oh, this is cool. But, like,
I discovered you from TikTok edits.
Mm-hmm. One of my friends from high school would always tell me that she liked You, and she would be like, oh, you gotta watch You, it's so good. And I almost watched it, but then, like, I didn't have Netflix anymore, so I was like, never mind. I'm not watching it.
And now you'll never have Netflix again because your father hates Netflix.
Yeah. Well, he hates Netflix right now just because he doesn't want to pay for it. But he said when WWE goes to Netflix, we're getting it again. So maybe I'll watch You then.
Because you have to see Roman Reigns defeat my glorious tribal chief.
Bro, you're mixing up everybody. Bro said Roman Reigns has to defeat the tribal chief. Roman Reigns is the tribal chief, bro.
I thought the tribal chief shifted.
Oh, yeah. Well, why'd you call him Glorious? I thought you only acknowledged Roman as your tribal chief.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the frog, bro. I'm the frog.
You're Paul Heyman. I think it's funny that you talk about wrestling like you know what's going on, because me and Mason tell you about it.
I don't watch that stuff. I've seen, for the viewers, I've seen WWE like twice, maybe 3 times, and it was because I go hang out with them two, and they're like, "Oh, we're watching the Grand Slam."
The Royal Rumble.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble.
You were close. Honestly, you were close with Grand Slam.
I'm like, okay, I'll watch this, and then I watch it, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's better once you know like all the lore behind it, because like they tell like really cool like storylines. My favorite part about wrestling is the fact that it basically it's like a TV show. But the episodes are live every single week. So if something's not working on the TV show, usually they don't stick with it. They pivot. And they're like, oh, well, the audience doesn't like it, so we'll change it. So it's like a TV show that can change at any point. And the wrestling is just like if they had an Avengers Thanos battle every single, like, 10 minutes.
I don't know.
Because, like, everyone who's watching, I think, at this point knows that the wrestling they're doing
is fake.
It's fake, but it's more of, like, glorified acrobatics. Like, that's honestly what they're doing. It's just, like, acrobatics and stunt work. And I think that's really impressive. I mean, because they do get, like, the crap beat out of them when they land on the floor, land on the mat, run into, like, a steel pole. Like, they still do get hurt. But it's like,
yeah.
The moves they're doing with each other, it's kind of like they help each other perform the stunt, almost. And I think that's really cool as well. But
I don't know. I don't know about wrestling, man. I don't know about this.
Well,
do you know that today, the day we're filming this, is the United States Constitution Day?
I thought it was... Is that why it's National, like, Register to Vote Day?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been seeing, like my Google turned into, guys, go register to vote.
Today is the day that, like, the Constitution was, like, ratified, I think.
Oh, that's cool. Was that in Delaware?
Delaware. That's why they have it on their That's why they have it on their
flag. Yeah, I learned that last week. I learned so much from doing Dawg Talk.
You learn what states to avoid.
Yeah.
Because their flags are terrible.
Like Maryland.
That's how you know that you should never go there. If they don't put effort into their flag, why should you put effort into going visit?
Yeah. It's like a push and pull system. Like I'm like, why should I care about your state if your flag sucks?
You know what else I've learned? I don't know if this has any correlation at all to anything about the flags, but the like 1600s Spanish flag, like the flag of Spain, was white with an X, but the X was like serrated.
Really?
It was a red X, and it looks like the Alabama and Floridian flag. I don't know if that is related in any way at all to why their flags look like that, but I just had to put this out here to let the viewers know.
It could be. So that's some new lore. All of you writing,
all the flag heads, all the flag heads out there
who took their notes last week on interesting facts about the flags. Add that to your little books.
we know we have a great viewer base of flag heads that love the flags. So.
All you guys. That's why we did the video last week, because we know people love the flags of America.
I don't know. I think Beetlejuice is like 4 out of 5 stars.
I forgot we were still talking about Beetlejuice.
I think it's like a 4 out of 5 stars. What do you think? That's like an 8 out of 10.
I agree, 8 out of 10. Because like, this is what I think. It's not a perfect movie, but if you want to watch a very funny horror comedy, like not cheesy horror comedy, it's very campy because of they use like claymation and stuff. But like, it's not like like bad acting and stuff where you think of like a horror comedy. It is legitimately a horror comedy. Like it makes comedy out of horror.
Nowhere's close to my GOAT Oppenheimer, but there was no dull moments. Everything was silly or so, and I think that makes it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was not like a moving story or anything, but it served its purpose, and it served its purpose very well. It was just
everything paid off in the story. Like if they set something up, they would have a payoff for it.
And there was no like, none of the actors were bad. None of the scenes looked bad.
Who was your favorite? Awesome. Who was your favorite character of the movie?
Either Beetlejuice or Willem Defoe.
I really liked.
I forgot his name.
I forgot his name as well.
I just kept on saying it. I was like, it's Willem Defoe.
I mean, he was kind of playing Willem Defoe. He was an actor in lore. I think my favorite character was Delia Deetz. Dude, every line she said was so funny.
A lot of the characters were
was
like
so
actually great. And I think that it's just because they had such a good cast. Or maybe the director was just really good. I don't know.
Tim Burton? I'd assume he's a good director after all he's done.
Like, I don't know how that works. I don't know if he was just like the best director ever and he just got some like random people and they just did really good. But I think all the actors were really good.
Yeah, I think the actors are good. I mean, every actor in there has definitely acted before. Like I don't think there's like one person in there that's like not known for something before this. I mean, maybe there's like background people and stuff, but I think everybody's like been in something before. Because usually Tim Burton's one of the actors, and I know 100% this is how I'm going to end up being if I become a big money director, is he likes to cast the same, like he makes friends and he casts them in his movies all the time.
Can I ask,
Willem Dafoe's one of those people, I think.
Why did they go to Dune?
What do you mean?
Like, Winona Ryder and Jenna Ortega went to Dune, and they fought the sandworm from Dune.
Oh, that was the
popcorn bucket.
The popcorn bucket. I'm glad they didn't make the sandworm popcorn bucket look like because they have a sandworm bucket, but they didn't make it look like the Dune one. They just made him wrap around a popcorn bucket, which makes a lot more sense.
They could have had the Dune bucket.
They could have had the Dune bucket, but I feel it would be redundant at this point. Deadpool did it too. Deadpool had to do it. I bought it, so But so the sandworm is a character from the original movie. So if you watch the original movie, Ethan, you'd understand that.
Is it a character or a creature?
Well, it's a creature from the original movie. It's not like a prominent character. But like if you step too far into like the afterlife, you'll run into like the Dune area on accident, and then you'll just
he just
like,
kind of looks like Beetlejuice. I don't know what that's all about.
He does look like Beetlejuice, but Beetlejuice like dies from the sandworm in the original. Like he doesn't die, but he like gets sent back to hell.
Like they do in this movie, how the sandworm eats them.
Yeah. Wherever they go, that's where Beetlejuice went in the original. It's like the same ending, but
Do you think they're gonna make a third one?
I really hope not. I think they set it up good to where they can, so they don't have to like grasp for straws or whatever. Like they obviously have the thing going on where Beetlejuice is still haunting Winona Ryder, but she also is still with Jenna Ortega.
I feel like the best way to make a third one is like wait 20 years.
Yeah, and then make it about well then
Jenna Ortega.
you've got the risk of
old.
what happened if Micheal Keaton dies or he's like 90. You know,
Beetlejuice is like coughing up dust.
he's actually like he's actually dead. How old is Micheal Keaton? I feel like he's got to be in his 60s as well. He's 73.
He played Man like last year. He's good for like another like 20 years.
Yeah. He's 73, dude.
He was Batman like a year ago, dude.
And he was way better in Beetlejuice than he was in Batman. I think that him being old Beetlejuice looks cooler than him being young Beetlejuice. Because he has like actual wrinkles and he actually looks old, you know?
Yeah.
And he looks
I don't
know, he's 73, so he's got some age on him. Do you think he'll return for Morbius 2? Or whenever they bring back Morbius?
I hope not.
I don't know why I'm here, but I think it has something to do with Spider-Man.
Do you think he'll be in another Spider-Man movie? Like, why did they put him in the Sonyverse? What was that all about?
I don't know, but I think
Morbius
Spider-Verse
also
was trying to
doesn't
fix
even
it.
know what like Spider-Man is even doing.
Yeah. There is no Spider-Man in the Morbius world, right? I didn't watch that whole movie.
I don't know. I don't think so. And also, what's up with this new Venom movie? They're adding in Null. Venom will die to Null.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they're teasing in all the trailers, that Venom's
Null
dying
is
in
like,
this one.
maybe Thor can fight Null, but Thor would maybe even die to Null. Like,
Didn't
Null
I
is
hear
like...
isn't he like a Thanos level?
Yes.
Yeah.
No shot Venom is going to beat him, bro.
I hope that he becomes... So there's a rumor that Null is going to be the villain of the next Spider-Man movie. But like...
Spider-Man will die as well, bro.
Yeah.
No shot.
I don't
No
know.
shot,
I was
bro.
really hoping that they would bring back Micheal Keaton.
Unless Spider-Man talks to the Galactus from the Fantastic Four movie and gets the cosmic power and becomes like Cosmic Spider-Man, then maybe he can fight Null. But other than that, I don't know.
I think so. What's gonna happen in this one is Tom Hardy Venom might die. Like Tom Hardy's character of Eddie Brock might die in this new Venom movie, but Venom is somehow, some way, because Sony does it every time they figure out how to include the multiverse, is gonna get sent to MCU again, and
Miguel O'Hara won't care.
yeah, apparently Miguel O'Hara's not going to care. I don't know. I like the fact that they fixed Morbius with the new Spider-Verse movie. Because they were like, oh yeah, there's randomly people shifting in and out.
I heard they're like working on a new Spider-Man movie right now. I don't know, they've never done like a Spider-Man. Have they done a Spider-Man movie like this? They never had a fourth one.
They've never. This is the longest a Spider-Man like person has been Spider-Man. Like Tobey Maguire had 3, Andrew Garfield had 2, Tom Holland had 3. I mean, I guess if you count Tobey Maguire having 4, if you want to count No Way Home, but technically he had 3. There's never been a 4th Spider-Man movie. This is a first of its kind.
It's also weird because they're in like an opportunity where they have to create like an entire new cast. Because Spider-Man doesn't know anyone anymore. Yeah. So I wonder what they're gonna do.
I hear rumors. This is the rumor I heard, which sounds kind of bad, is that they're gonna do another multiverse style movie, and at the end, just everyone who got their mind erased, like all his friends, are gonna know who he was.
No, that's stupid.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
If you do that at the end of the trilogy. Like, you can't do that the movie after.
Because like you said, they have the opportunity to literally do whatever they want until Kevin Feige resets the universe.
Like, they could introduce, like, Black Cat and have him be friends with, like, Willem Defoe's son.
Mm-hmm.
Or, what's that guy's name? I low-key forgot.
Harry?
Yeah, Harry Osborn. There is no Oztech.
There is no Oscorp, no. It's Stark that makes everything in the MCU. So, I wonder how that's going to be. I don't know. I'm really... See, I like the one where somebody said the idea where he teams up with Daredevil and fights Kingpin in the next Spider-Man movie. I think that would be cool.
Awesome.
That could be really cool.
I would be interested in them doing another Deadpool, because there's like a team that sort of happens sometimes in comics. Deadpool and Spider-Man are like a duo.
It sucks that Spider-Man's still partially owned by Sony, because they 100% would have used Spider-Man in the Deadpool movie. I don't know. I hope they wouldn't have killed off, like, Tobey Maguire, though, like they did Chris Evans.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing. They couldn't use it.
I feel like there's so many, like, team-ups you could do. Like... why don't we have, like, a whole street-level team and have them fight, like, some sort of street-level Thanos?
Yeah.
Because what ends up happening in the MCU is, like, the street-level people, like, fight right alongside, like, Thor, and are somehow the same level of power as Thor, and are able to, like, fight Thanos.
They set up in the end of the Echo show that Kingpin is going to become...
Well, I didn't see that show. My bad.
Yeah, well, they set it up that he's running for mayor. So I think that's going to tie in. Because apparently, they are coming out with a Daredevil show. And apparently it drops next year. And it's 2 seasons long.
Okay, let me just... Why are we starting a show and being like, alright, we're making it 2 seasons? Just, like, make it 1 long season, guys.
So you want it for 18 weeks? You want a new Daredevil episode?
Of course.
I mean, I feel like that could be good, but they just want to probably, like, pan it out.
Where's the U.S. agent, dude?
Did he die? I don't remember. I did not like Falcon.
You didn't like U.S. agent?
I hated Falcon and Winter Soldier. I thought it was boring.
Isn't he coming back in the Thunderbolts? When is that movie coming out?
Is he coming back?
I thought so. I
don't remember. That movie, I think, is coming out next year as well.
Wouldn't U.S. Agent be, like, stronger than Captain America because he took the same serum as Captain America, but he was, like, already strong?
I guess, technically. Dude, they've got to finish up this Marvel stuff soon. Aren't they doing Secret Wars in 27? That's in, like, 3 years.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with that. Are they trying to restart everything?
Yeah, I think they're trying to restart. Okay, so...
That would be, like, the worst thing ever. You're just going to delete everything and be like, alright, we're introducing Iron Man, but this time he's played by Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, that's what I think they're doing. I think they're trying to reset everybody so they can recast everybody. And it's going to be more like, the MCU is going to be more focused on X-Men. I think that's what they're trying to do.
I feel like... no need to recast everyone. I think recasting everyone would be a bad idea. I think
recasting the dead people or, like, the people who...
Well, yeah, I think maybe bringing the dead people back or bringing them back as, like, different people would be interesting. Mm-hmm. I feel like that could be, like, if you do Secret Wars, like how, for a bit in comics, like, Doctor Doom just mixed together, like, a bunch of different, like, dimensions. Yeah, and that's how, like, Miles Morales existed and stuff, and, like, all these different worlds. If they would do something like that, and then eventually do, like, what happens where Molecule Man's like, nah, never mind, I actually don't like this, and sets everything back to normal. I feel like that could be interesting.
I feel like that could be cool.
Because then you could have, like, an explanation of, oh, so here's, like, the Fox universe, or here's another universe with the X-Men in it that is now getting merged with the MCU. Also, is that what is happening with the Fantastic Four, or are they just actually back in the 1960s in the Marvel universe?
I think they're supposed to be in a different universe. My theory, my game theory is that they accidentally kill their universe or something by the end of that movie, and they just are stuck in like the negative zone or something. Because,
it's like Doctor Strange fighting Ultron in the little ball, or like how Doctor Strange
that's
was
what I
stuck
think
in his little.
In What If? Yeah, I think something like that's gonna happen, because they are supposed to be set in like the 1960s or whatever, but it's not. I don't think it's supposed to be in the MCU. I think they're giving you another universe, like similar to how Deadpool did.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm not woke anymore. I don't get what they're doing in the MCU.
I don't either, because they're trying to end it, but at the same time, they're introducing the coolest stuff that everyone wanted like 2 years ago now.
Well, yeah, because they needed time to make it, dude.
Yeah, but like, why do like She-Hulk and stuff like that? I don't know. I liked She-Hulk. Hot take.
She-Hulk was good. It just was different than the average MCU thing, and it was so long. Mm-hmm. Why are we having all these 6-episode shows and then you have She-Hulk that's like, how long was She-Hulk? It was longer.
She-Hulk was like 9 episodes, but the thing with She-Hulk was that they treated it like an actual TV show for the first time.
I really liked that. I didn't like the ending. I didn't like she's fighting Kevin Feige on the Disney Plus home screen. I didn't like that.
I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool.
But I liked when Daredevil showed up because I'm a Glazer.
Mm-hmm. What I did like about the Kevin Feige ending of She-Hulk was that they knew that throughout the entire run of She-Hulk, people were going to be mad because they have a female-led TV show. So at the last episode, they already had pre-built into the show that she was going to complain about all the people complaining about her. I thought that was funny.
I'm still confused about that show. I thought in that show the Hulk left, but apparently he didn't leave.
He left and then came back throughout like the span of the show.
I was so confused.
Mm-hmm.
So he's back? Also,
he's back.
I'm just going to complain about this. Why did they do this to the Hulk? There's so many cooler Hulks, and they chose the lamest one to have. Like, I guess it's easier. You can have like the Hulk, and it's just like... You just have Mark Ruffalo say lines and then animate him and make him look bigger.
I think
maybe it's easier to write, but like there's so many cooler Hulks. Why do we have this one?
But like, what would the Hulk be doing right now? Why is it? See, that's my thing when everybody complains about Smart Hulk. Besides Endgame, and like I get it, they didn't have the Hulk in Endgame. They didn't have him. They barely had him in Infinity War. But like, what would the Hulk like realistically be doing right now?
Well, I mean, they never have any Hulk movies. Do they own the rights to Hulk?
Barely. I think they co-own it with Universal.
Well, that might be what's the issue. I don't know.
I think so.
They could do like an Immortal Hulk, or like the story where like the Hulk gets sent away because he's too dangerous.
Yeah, which I think that's what they tried to do, but they had to do it through a Thor movie because they couldn't advertise it as a Hulk movie, you know? So they had to try to tie in Thor with Thor Ragnarok.
They also could introduce like the Hulk kids, because Hulk has like a bunch of Hulk babies, and he also has like a bunch of Hulk villains.
Mm-hmm.
And
they have a Hulk villain
for Captain America.
Captain America, they have a Hulk villain.
Do you think Harrison Ford knows that he's the Hulk, or do you think he just thinks he's Harrison Ford?
I don't know. I saw in an interview he said, "What's a Red Hulk?" But I feel like that could just be him trolling people, like how he always hates Star Wars.
Why does he hate it so much?
I don't know.
I don't understand this with famous people. They make something that's good and people like it, and then they get pissed. They're like, "I hate it. I hate it."
I guess they don't like the fan base. I don't know. He loves Indiana Jones though. I don't see the appeal, Harrison.
I don't understand this with like famous people when they do this. Like they get famous for doing something and then they're like, "I wish this was the biggest mistake I'd ever made. Mm-hmm. I'm rich and famous and people love me." What do you mean? What are you talking about, dude?
I hate Star Wars. It made me so much money.
Like, what do you mean, dude? Like, why do you hate it?
I don't know.
I feel like if I was in Star Wars and I was like Mark Hamill and everyone was like, "Oh, it's Luke," and like I wouldn't be pissed. I'd be like, "Oh, thank you for giving me infinite money, and now people now I'm famous, and I can go be in regular show.
I could be in regular...
And I could be in Batman, the animated series.
What did Mark Hamill do besides, like, voice acting and Luke Skywalker?
I think probably what happened, genuinely, is he's so famous for playing Luke Skywalker that no one wanted to touch him because they were like, oh, that's Luke Skywalker. We can't have Luke Skywalker in our movie doing this because people are going to be confused. People are going to be like, oh, it's bad because it's not Luke Skywalker. And so he just went to voice stuff. Maybe it was he thought this, or maybe it was like other people thought this, and then he just went to voice acting. But that's my theory. So
Harrison Ford, he obviously he was in a bunch of stuff. What about who is everybody else in Star Wars?
Leia. I don't know. I don't think she was in anything. I don't know.
I don't really.
I'm sure she was in other stuff. I just don't know.
What was her? I'm blanking on her real life name right now.
I don't remember.
Carrie Fisher, right? Is that it?
Yeah, that's her. I think
Carrie Fisher.
Ewan McGregor's in like a million things.
Oh my god,
he's Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I don't know. People see him and they say, "Oh, it's Obi-Wan," but he still goes in a bunch of movies.
She was in When Harry Met Sally. Yeah. The Blues Brothers. She was in Scream 3? I don't remember that.
I forgot Anakin's actor's name now. It's out of my head. But
he was barely in anything.
Because after he made Star Wars, people were like pissed. Because George Lucas wrote the thing and kind of directed really weird. And people didn't like it. And they took that hatred and put it onto him. And so he would go hide on a farm.
He did. And he hasn't come back since, like, now, whenever all the kids who grew up on the prequels are old enough to, like, make their own decisions.
And now people want him. People want him so bad.
They love him.
It's crazy. I wonder what he thinks about that. I wonder if he's, like, pissed about it or if he's happy.
I mean, I bet he's happy now that he can, like, go to the grocery store and not get, like, yelled at now. I'm sure that, like, would happen. Like, an angry Star Wars fan would see him in public at, like, Walmart.
He did such a good job in those movies. I don't
get why people are mad. He really did.
Like, he was so good.
What did James Earl Jones do besides, like, Mufasa?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what he looks like, so I wouldn't know if he was in other things. But he's...
He is a, like... Rest in peace, by the way, James Earl Jones. Died, like... Was it... What? As of, like, now, that was, like, what is that, 3 weeks ago, maybe?
Oh, that's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like for example, Joe Keery from Stranger Things, Steve. Of course, people see him and they say, "Oh, it's the guy from Stranger Things," because that's like the most popular thing he's been in.
Well, he gets mad about that.
But he gets so many roles. Like, he could literally go to probably any movie, and they would take him because he's a good actor. I don't get... Like, I feel like if I was in Stranger Things... and it was a small thing, and it blew up, and I become famous, and now I can be rich, I would not be mad, and I definitely wouldn't be mad that people know me from this thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're appreciating the work I've done.
Well, I guess if they're annoying with it, like the...
Of course I would get pissed if, like, every day people came out to me in real life and was like, "Oh, do the thing from your movie, do the thing."
Like, I'm sure the guy who plays, I don't even remember his name, the guy who plays Eddie Munson probably got annoyed whenever all those, like, teenage girls were freaking out over him. I feel like that's another thing, too. If a bunch of teenage girls are freaking out and saying you're, like, the hottest man ever, that's gotta be scary. As, like, a 20, 30-year-old.
I don't know. I just feel like I personally wouldn't be too mad. If I don't like it, I would just stop acting or stop putting out stuff on social media and just go get, like, an office job.
I mean, I guess. But still, you work at the office and you're like...
Well, yeah, for, like, the first week, people will be like, "Oh, my gosh, you're the dude for..." And then, like, people will start meeting and be like, "Oh, what's up, Joe?" And people will, like, chill out after, like, a month. Especially after, like, a year, no one's going to be, like, freaking out anymore. It's just going to be, "Oh, yeah, he was in that thing," whenever, like, a new person gets hired, and they might tweak out. But, like, everyone's just going to treat you like you're normal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like that's how, like, all celebrities are with like their neighbors and stuff. Like it's cool whenever you first like when you first see it, like oh my god.
But like he's still a human, so
Yeah.
eventually people are gonna just chill out, and it's just gonna be like, oh, that's Steve. Like if your like uncle was like rich and famous, I doubt every time you saw him you'd be like, oh my, say the line from the movie, say it, because that's just your uncle, and it
Like
gets
my
like
Uncle
that
Scott
to
Cawthon?
a point. Yeah, it gets like that point after so long with anyone you know. It's just like, oh, that's my friend. He played the guy in The Godfather. Yeah, it was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the Rizzler.
But at a certain point, you don't care. It's just like, oh, I know that guy who
Yeah.
did this thing.
That's
It's
just
like,
my Uncle Scott.
I know
who
that
made
guy
Five
who
Nights
did
at
this
Freddy's.
thing.
Yeah, just like I don't know.
So if you really hate it, just stop doing stuff. Do like 4 more movies, get a bunch of money, and then go settle down and buy a house and live like a middle class frugal life.
Mhm.
And eventually, people will leave you alone about it. You might get like pissed because some random person is gonna come up to you in the grocery store and be like, "Were you in that thing?" And you'd be like, "Oh, yeah." But
See,
I don't
mean,
think it'll be that bad.
I guess the opposite could always happen though, because like I feel like if you're trying to get like similar to like what happened to Mark Hamill, if you're trying to get a bunch of roles, but everybody just will always know you for Luke Skywalker, then a bunch of people will just be like, oh, that's just Luke Skywalker or whatever. He hasn't moved on since that, so they maybe don't even give you a chance or something like that.
I don't know. Joe Keery's been he's in a good amount of movies.
Well, yeah, besides Joe Keery.
I just feel like these people, once they get their time in the spotlight, and of course, if you can't get into TV shows or movies, you can get in commercials.
Mm-hmm.
You can look what Sydney Sweeney's doing. She's in every commercial ever, dude.
Is she? I have not seen a Sydney Sweeney commercial, but I feel
I don't know.
like
I
Sydney
see her
Sweeney's-
ads on like YouTube and TikTok. It's like ads of her like drinking a soda or a water.
I feel like Sydney Sweeney though is like one of the in things, like kind of how Ryan Gosling was last year.
I just feel like
the thing everybody talked about, you know?
I feel like you can capitalize on it. And so what if people recognize you from this thing? Who cares? Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe my psychology is like different, but I feel like if I made, like for example, music artists, they always complain. If I made songs and they got really popular and people loved them,
Mm-hmm.
and I started making a bunch of money, I'd be like, hell yeah, this is awesome. Like, yeah, now I guess I can't go to the grocery store. I guess I can't go on vacation because people are going to take my picture. But, like,
Yeah.
I have so much money. Dude, I can go, like, play Fortnite and buy the Battle Pass whenever I want.
Is that your biggest issue in life?
I can't afford the skins in the item shop. That's my biggest issue.
I feel like I get like why Steve Lacy gets mad though, like about how like when people don't know your songs, they're just like, oh, you're the guy from TikTok.
They just want you to play the same song. That's how Everlong is. They hate... Now, see, I just did it. That's how the Foo Fighters are. They hate Everlong because they go to their concerts and everyone wants them to just keep playing Everlong because it's their most popular song.
Mm-hmm.
And so they hate that song now.
See, I would get it like if it's that case, like where people are like, oh, I only like you because you're like a one-hit wonder or whatever. But like, if your other songs are good, then like, I'd be justifiably mad too. Or like, even if they're not good, you still put effort into it. Like, because like what you said about like, oh yeah, you're famous because of like one thing. I don't know. I feel like they get mad because they put in so much effort into things and they don't know. Like, that's what I'm worried about between, like, just people who have seen my YouTube channel since it's staying the same, is that people will just continuously call me Poodawg3 even though I want to move on from all of that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not obviously as big as Mark Hamill trying to lose Luke Skywalker. It's just, you know. I feel like whenever you put a lot of effort into things... no matter if it's like similar to the things you've done in the past or something new and you really care about it, that could cause people to like get angry. Yeah, I mean, you got paid a lot for a lot of other stuff, but this is similar to what we talked about at the beginning of the podcast with Jenna Ortega being typecasted as only goth girls. Yeah, and if guys, comment down below if you think that we didn't talk about Beetlejuice enough in the Beetlejuice episode.
We really didn't.
We did not at all.
We talked about Beetlejuice for like, I don't know, 5, 15, at most 20 minutes of this. We talked about like random celebrities more. What is this?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I wrapped it around to Beetlejuice whenever at the end I said Jenna Ortega gets typecasted as the same role, you know?
But yeah, guys, we weren't sponsored by Beetlejuice, but
we are sponsored by Beetlejuice and Fanta, and I don't know. We're not sponsored by any of that. I don't know.
I will say this: the Beetlejuice spiced apple Fanta is absolutely disgusting.
Okay, can we talk about that before we end the podcast?
It is revolting.
Please, let's talk about this, because we need to warn the human race about the awful soda that is haunted apple Beetlejuice flavor.
It is disgusting.
What kind of taste did you get whenever you drank it?
I don't know. I tried it. It tasted like a bad Bath and Body Works candle.
What? Like a candle?
Yes. I took a sip expecting it to be a nice like green apple kind of lollipop flavor. No. It has maybe a hint of apple. More so it tastes like maybe like if you go to Bath and Body Works and you smell like vanilla spice.
Are you trying to say that it tastes like cinnamon? Is that your way of saying it tastes kind of cinnamon?
But it doesn't taste like cinnamon because I love cinnamon candies.
Yeah.
I like the taste of cinnamon.
Cinnamon
like
Toast
hot
Crunch.
tamales, I can eat that. Mm-hmm. I love hot tamales. That flavor is nice, and that's a cinnamon flavor. It doesn't taste like cinnamon. It tastes like the scent of like a cinnamon spiced candle. Like
maybe
that fake.
Maybe it tastes very fake. But it tastes like it, and it also tastes soda-y because it's Fanta. It's weird. It's such a weird.
Was not good. They could have. I don't know. I didn't read that it was spiced apple. I just had assumed it was going to be like a green apple soda. I was excited. I took a sip. I was at my job. Almost spit it out. And then I was like, wait, what? And I went back for a second sip to make sure I wasn't tweaking. It was so bad, I threw the bottle away full. I tried to give it to like 4 or 5 other people. They smelt it. They said, what is this? Did you poison it?
Whenever I tried, so what happened with me, I came home Labor Day weekend. You know, everybody knows where they were whenever they first tried their first Beetlejuice Haunted Apple Fanta. It was a tragic story for me. I came home Labor Day weekend, and my mom, she sits me down and she says, hey, I found this Beetlejuice Fanta at Walmart, and I thought of you because I know you like Beetlejuice. So would you like to drink this? And I said, oh, sure, Mom. I love Beetlejuice and I love trying new flavors of sodas. I tried it. I poured me a whole, like it was hot when she gave it to me. So I made a whole glass of like ice, and then I poured the Beetlejuice stuff in it. My mouth was like ruined for the rest of the day. It was awful.
I don't understand who at the marketing of Fanta, because you know they do these things where they have like taste tests and they ask people like, oh, is this flavor good? Because they wouldn't mass produce it if they didn't think people would buy it and like it. So some people, in quotation marks, tried this and said, oh, it's really good. Oh, I would buy this. Yes, I would drink this. Who?
I don't know. I feel like it was like a what is it? Bean Boozled bad flavor? Like a bad Bean Boozled flavored? I don't know,
What do you
man.
mean?
Like
you think they made it purposely to be bad? So people
I
talk about
don't
it?
I don't think they made it purposely on bad. I don't know why they did it like bad, but I think it tastes like a bad Bean Boozled flavor. Like that's how it tastes. It is so bad. And I've never the I don't remember what the flavor that it was. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle green that I had in like the Oppenheimer video or something. I don't know if I had that one, but I don't know. I had like a green Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle flavor that they were doing at AMC, and it was actually really good. Yeah, I don't remember. I think it was just green apple. It wasn't haunted apple.
Because green apple is a good, and they had the perfect opportunity just to do green apple. It fits the Fanta brand.
I don't think they changed up anything else because they had a whole Beetlejuice like wave of Fantas.
No, they're
like,
all just the regular flavors.
Like they have, I think Jenna Ortega, she's orange. Lydia is like red, and then
maybe
Delia
it's like, disgusting on purpose because that's just what Beetlejuice like smells like or something.
Do you think that's what Beetlejuice tastes like?
I don't want to say that's what he tastes like.
Is that his aura?
That's his aura, maybe. I don't know. They really had the opportunity just to have it be like apple cinnamon, but I didn't get a cinnamon taste from it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't get that. Like I don't know. Cinnamon has like a taste that is spicy but like good. It has a nice flavor. I didn't get a cinnamon flavor.
See, I got a cinnamon, but it was like not a good cinnamon. It was like a bad cinnamon.
Like maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was just like a bad cinnamon. But, like, at the same time, if it's cinnamon, it should be the good cinnamon. Why are we making drinks with the bad cinnamon?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Alright, guys. Thanks for watching this episode of Dawg Talk. We love Beetlejuice, and we love our viewers. You gonna make up your outro?
Oh, yeah, I can do it. The dog is on the loose. Like juice is on, get it? Because it's like
all right,
yeah, my bad.
No more of this episode. Everyone who's watching, leave the video right now.